Hi guys, welcome back to Roblox, and today we will be talking about the Roblox Studio interface. So it's important for us to know how to navigate the Roblox Studio because by knowing how to navigate, we can create our game much more faster and much more efficiently. So to start, we have the Explorer. So this Explorer is the most important thing we need to know in Roblox Studio because we will be doing almost all of the things in our game under this panel. So if you're unable to see the Explorer as you open your Roblox Studio, just go here in the view and click this Explorer, okay? And it will appear. So I have put my Explorer in the right side because I was accustomed in using it on the right side, but if you want to move it, you can move it, you can resize it, so on. Just click it and you will see the docking area where you can put that and yeah, snap it there. Okay. It's not what. Yeah, but I want it in the right side. You get it. So to continue, we have here the workspace under the Explorer. We have players, we have lighting, we have material service, and so on and so forth that we can use in our game. So every folders under the Explorer is important because they have their own core functions in our game. For instance, in workspace, everything under the workspace are the things that we can see physically or 3D parts in our game. So if we create a part here, you can see that it was created under the folder of workspace. And the same thing for the spawn point. You can see that it was under the workspace. But if we put this in another folder, you can see that it was gone. Okay, so everything physical in our game should be housed in the workspace. So next folder is players. Basically, this just holds the current players in our game. Maybe we can tackle this much more in our next video since we wouldn't be able to see it without scripting. Okay, lighting is basically the atmosphere of our game, the color surrounding the sky, the sun, the time and day, and so on. You get it. Don't worry because in our next videos we'll be talking about them much more in depth, but you have to know that first in our game, workspaces where almost all of the physical things in our game are stored. So going on, you can see that we have created a part here which is under again in our workspace. From the top, the menus above, there's a lot of things that we can do. So the most basic things is to select. So basically we select the part, and next is move. When we click the move, you can see that there is an arrow created there, signifying the direction where we can move the object. So this blue line typically represent what we call x-axis. So basically, you can just say that when we hold this direction, we can move that part on that direction. So hold and we can move. And this one, if you're familiar with y-axis, or basically just tap down or forward, you can move it front, we can move it backward. Same for the green, up and down, z-axis. So from that, by clicking the move, we can move our part in the physical world of our game. Third option is the scale. So from the name itself, scale, we can extend the size of our part. So if we click again this blue dot, we can scale that part in the direction we want. So control C just to return the shape. So if we move it again in the red, we can size it forward and backward. And if we scale it on the green dot, we can increase its height, decrease its height, and so on. So for the fourth, we have rotation. Basically, when we see rotation right here, we can rotate our part whenever what we want. Whatever it is, we can move it. We can rotate here. Just click in the direction where do you want to rotate your part so that you will be able to do whatever the finished product you want, okay? Whatever you want to build. And these are the tools mostly that we will be using to put our parts in the game. And you get it, okay? Basically, that's it. And another thing we can do here in the Roblox Studio is the best important thing we need to put is the properties. The properties, as you can see in the right side, but I will be putting it here to see. It has, when we click this part, it will show a properties under that part. And if you can see, there are some properties in appearance. We have brick color, and from brick color we can change its color. We can choose something like pink or violet and dark indigo, or we can manually put some color here. Okay. We can adjust it using RGB numbers. We can also change materials. As you can see, change into marble, leafy grass. Basically, we want to create a grass. Let's just set it to color green. And we have grass. We also have some cast shadow. Again, when we click it, there's no check, so there's no shadow. When there's check, there is a shadow. And so on and so forth. There's a lot more properties under it that can be tweaked by you so that you will be able to more build whatever you want to build. If you want to build water, you can turn it to blue. If you want to build the grass, yeah, so you get it. Basically, all of these properties too are important in scripting, because through scripting we can make it that we tweak these properties in the script while the game is actually playing through, okay? And yeah, it's important to turn on these properties as much as possible, but here I put it here under because it's too big. Oh my god, here I put it there, so much more space for me. Next is we have here important toolbox. Basically, in toolbox we can have much more pre-models that we can use, but yeah, it's important to know that it's much better if you're going to build your own own models for your game, so it will be much more original. But yeah, if we want to look for inspiration or on how things is created, we can just click this toolbox, then get this, then put it in our game. Especially if there's a lot of time create our game, we can utilize this tool. So here we import a tree and we can see it in our game. Let's see. Yeah, where's the tree? It's there. Yeah. But it's not really recommended to do that. So create your model as much as possible, and your game will be much more original. And that's all for the simple Roblox navigation tutorial guide. Just by knowing all of this, we will be able to simply create a simple part or build in our 3D game. Then we can tweak its properties, we can add new buildings and so on. But don't worry, because we will be in deep in next videos to tackle each folder in the Explorer, and along that I will be showing some of my favorite techniques and tips on how to build much more efficient game for you guys. So see you again in our next video.